North Korea tries to make hacking a profit center. North Korea's state-sponsored hackers are increasingly going after money rather than secrets, according to a report published on Thursday by a South Korean government-backed institute. Cybersecurity experts have noticed a shift in the hacking attacks they suspected were mounted by North Korea. Formerly, most such attacks appeared intended to cause social disruption or purloin secret data, and the targets were generally the computer networks of government agencies or media companies in countries it considered hostile. The best-known example was a 2014 attack on computers at Sony Pictures Entertainment. That kind of attack is still occurring, but in the last few years, North Korean hackers seem to have become more interested in stealing cash, the Financial Security Institute said in its report on Thursday. The report said North Korean-linked hackers were behind the recent digital theft of $81 million from Bangladesh's central bank. The North Koreans also tried to breach Polish banks, leaving traces that led anti-hacking experts to believe the hacking group also planned to steal money from more than 100 other organizations around the world. North Korea is isolated, impoverished and desperately short of foreign currency to pay for imports. Even so, it has trained a large army of hackers, originally as an inexpensive means of espionage, sabotage and propaganda, but now also as a money maker. The Russian cybersecurity firm Kaspersky Lab has identified a hacking group called Blunarov that it says is to blame for attacks on foreign financial institutions, like those in Poland and Bangladesh. Blunarov is said to be an offshoot of Lazarus, the North Korea-linked hacking group implicated in earlier attacks. The new report identified another Lazarus spin-off, which it named And Ariel, and said that group was responsible for at least 7 hacking attacks on banks, defense contractors and other businesses in South Korea over the last 2 years. The names Lazarus and Ariel apparently refer to characters in a video game called Diablo. Blunarov and Ariel share their common root, the report said. If Blunarov has attacked financial firms around the world, Ariel focuses on businesses and government agencies in South Korea using methods tailored for the country. The report said the Ariel group had increasingly shifted from destructive attacks on computer networks to crimes like stealing bank card data and using it to draw cash from bank customers' accounts or selling the data on the black market. The group also used malware to cheat at online poker and on other gambling websites. Ariel is believed to focus on earning hard currency, the report said. The Financial Security Institute, which is financed by the South Korean government, cautioned that the report was partly conjectural and did not represent an official view. North Korea, the country that is cut off from much of the global economy and allows only a tiny portion of its population to have access to the internet, has been building up its cyber attack capabilities since the early 1990s, selecting teenagers and teaching them to be hackers, according to South Korean officials and defectors from the North. South Korean cybersecurity officials began detecting attacks attributed to North Korean hackers around 2009. North Korea is now believed to have 1,700 state-sponsored hackers, aided by more than 5,000 supervisors, trainers and other support staff, South Korean officials estimate. The hackers typically do their work abroad, taking legitimate software programming or other jobs in China, Southeast Asia or Europe and waiting for instructions from Pyongyang to mount an assault, they said. Going abroad is a rare privilege for North Koreans, and those who are allowed to work outside the country are required to send the government a quota of foreign currency every year, according to North Korean defectors. North Korea has been accused of illicit money-making schemes to pay for its huge military, its nuclear weapons program and its leaders' luxurious lifestyle, including gun running, drug trafficking and counterfeiting. As the United Nations has tightened sanctions and made those avenues more difficult, cyber attacks have loomed larger as a source of cash. Some hacking experts suspect North Korean involvement in the recent wave of global ransomware attacks. North Korea has denied any involvement in hacking attacks, accusing South Korea and the United States of slander.